Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and connoisseurs of the written word. Today, we'll talk about a word that refers to the ocean, the sea. Now, you probably can hear a thunder in the background, rhythmic thunder. And that's because the ocean is just 100 feet away, and what you hear are the rhythmic crashing of the combers, of the waves. Okay? So this video is taken adjacent to the Bay of Bengal. Alright, what is a word we would like to discuss that describes the ocean so well? Let's write it out. That word is O R A G I O U S. Okay? Oragious. 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 Let's brighten the U. Okay. There we go. Now, what does oragious mean? Many of you have probably been in the vicinity of a lake or even a pond. Okay? Now, what is a lake or a pond most emblematic of, most symptomatic of? Lakes and ponds are usually emblematic of peace. And why do we say that? We say that because on a quiet day, or even on a slightly windy day, when there's a slight zephyr in the air, the lake or a pond is a picture of calm. It's a picture of peace. You will not see a single ripple on its surface, and it's almost as if you are looking at a sheet of glass. And if the sun is at the right angle, it reflects the light just the way a glass does. I mean, so bright, the reflection, that you cannot even look at the surface of the lake or the pond. Okay, so there is such a thing as a ripple-less lake. A lake that is glass smooth, glass calm. Literally a sheet of water, completely flat, without a single wave on it. It's not surprising, therefore, that we go to lakes and ponds to calm our souls. When we are agitated or when we are uneasy, we go and sit next to a lake, and the lake, the laconic lake, the quiet lake, exerts its calming influence on us. But what is so strange about the human soul is that, given this fact, you'd think that a noisy terrain, a terrain where there's a lot of sound, would agitate us. Simply because we know that our agitation decreases under silence and under a smooth, when we see a smooth surface, a calm surface, a ripple-less surface. So we automatically assume that in a place where there are a lot of waves and a lot of noise, we would become agitated. But you know what? What is so amazing? We don't. We actually feel calm and peaceful even next to the ocean. Now think about the ocean. It is not like the lake at all. It's the complete antipode of a lake. There are always waves on it. There are always crashing combers next to the seashore. There's always sound. And not just any ordinary sound. It is total thunder, In spite of all this, here too, we experience a sense of calm and peace. Despite the cacophony around us, it's almost like a watery war zone in terms of the amount of sound that you experience here. So that is a strange thing about the human soul. It can obtain peace and calm from a quiet, peaceful, ripple-less lake, and also gain peace and calm from the noisy seashore, from the noisy ocean. And the ocean, even under normal circumstances, is very noisy. I mean, we are talking about not just noise, we are talking about thunder. When a big wave crashes on the shore, it's not just a loud noise, it's actual thunder. So what you're hearing right now in the background is the thunder of the Bay of Bengal. Huge combers crashing at rhythmic intervals. And therefore, even under normal conditions, the ocean is not a calm place. Even under normal conditions, basal conditions, it's a pretty noisy and thunderous place. And the situation changes dramatically when you have a hurricane in the offing, okay? Then the ocean becomes actually stormy. So if you're next to the seashore under hurricane conditions or under incipient hurricane conditions, obviously under hurricane conditions you would not want to be right next to the seashore, given that you can get swept away by a storm surge. But under incipient hurricane conditions, when there's a huge wind, the combers are huge. I mean, even normally large combers become absolute giants, and you're literally surrounded by a cacophony of thunder, ceaseless thunder. So, what do you call such a stormy ocean? Okay? A word, you would like to have a synonym for stormy that kind of rhymes with the word ocean. And that word is oragious. Okay? Oragious means stormy. So, under hurricane conditions, you have an oragious ocean. When there's a hurricane in the offing, you have you have an oragious ocean. When there's a typhoon, you have an oragious ocean. Okay? So it's a lovely alliterative adjective that matches the word ocean. So the next time you describe a stormy ocean or a storm at sea, you could say, I came up onto the deck of the ship and was met by the sight of the oragious ocean. Okay, so that's one way you could use the word. Another sentence in which you could possibly use it is, it was a blustery day with a huge wind, and as he walked towards the seashore, there was a light drizzle pelting down on him. He walked 100 yards more, climbed up a small sand dune, and was met by the sight of the oragious ocean. His soul melted at the sight. He felt a thunder in his heart at the sight of this opulence of the oragious ocean. So now we have three O's: opulence, oragious, and ocean. The opulent oragious ocean, and that is what it is. It's an opulence. Okay? So we have a very alliterative use of the word oragious that you can use in a variety of settings. We like the stormy sea. For some odd reason, it calms a storm in our souls. Okay? We feel a thunder in our heart as we hear the thunder of the ocean. So that is a peculiar nature of the human soul. It can derive comfort and consolation, peace and calm from a little laconic lake, and also from an open, opulent, oragious ocean. Okay, the ocean, when you see the ocean from the seashore, it is open. Okay, you can't see, you don't. It has no end to it. It goes right up to the horizon. So you could say, he was met by the sight of the open, opulent, oragious ocean. Or you could say, the ocean presented a sight of open opulence, of oragious opulence. Okay, so you can permutate those words, those three O's, in a variety of combinations and derive some pretty beautiful sentences by having a alliterative sing-song to that sentence. So we have 4 words that you can use with respect